Hi there, welcome to my channel. I am Numisa Nomna Mbusi, and I decided to start this channel to talk about life, passion, and hustle. This channel is aimed for those who are seeking authenticity in how they fulfill their life purpose, those seeking for confidence in how they live a life of passion, and those who are seeking to build lasting legacies. As you know, change is the only constant in life. So, this is season 1, and the focus in season 1 is really about building change resilience within ourselves so we can have positive experiences in our lives. I have not scripted this first episode because I really just wanted to get to introduce myself more so you can get to know me a little bit more. I'm really passionate about living my best life. I've been doing that for my whole life, and I'm passionate about art. I feel that art is the best form of self-expression. To be honest, growing up, we didn't have any art in our schools, so it's not a subject that I'm schooled in. However, in me deciding that I really just want to live a life that is more aligned to my purpose, I've really built hustle around art, which is where the hustle part comes in. So this channel is really just talking about experiences, talking about life in general, passion, what it takes to live a life of passion, doing what you're passionate about in life, and also how to build that hustle from just a hustle into a legacy business. The aim is to build African legacies for future generations. Hence, I decided to start doing recordings so I can share my knowledge. I've been in the change management sector for a long time, coaching organizations, people during times of change. And that has been a basis for how I've been able to transition from a full-time employee in a corporate world into a hustler/entrepreneur in the creative sector. I'd like to share my experiences in terms of making that transition, and also my experiences in terms of how you can make your own personal change into a positive change story. Okay, first, let's start with the basics. Change. As I've mentioned earlier, change is the only constant in life. From when you're born to when you're a baby, learning to crawl, and then you walk, and then you go to school, and then you transition into a teenager, a young adult, and so forth. Change is the one aspect that we deal with on a regular basis as part of growing up. However, once we start wanting to implement what we feel is our life purpose, a lot of times we never really know what it is that we need to do in order to be able to make that transition successful. Hence, in this particular episode, my focus will really just be talking about the change journey, what is involved in the change journey, and how you can prepare yourself such that your change journey becomes a positive success story. So, change. Yay! That topic that is part of our lives and yet we don't really like very much. And the reason why we don't really like change much is because it takes all that we know and it throws it out the window, and we have to now navigate into new futures that we have no idea about. And as we know, what we know is always comfortable. And once you start venturing into change situations, you move out of the comfort zone into the unknown gray area, which can be uncomfortable. And as we know, nobody really likes to be uncomfortable. We all work hard in order to find a state of comfort in our lives. So, when you're faced with a moment where you need to make a change in your life, where do you begin? First, you need to understand that In any change story, there are 3 phases that you deal with. It's the current state that you are in, which you need to move out of. It's the future state where you're going, which you have no idea what it will look like, because right now maybe it's still just a pipe dream, it's still just an idea, it's still just hearsay. And in the middle of those 2 states, there's the transition stage where you're actually making the movement, where you're now actually implementing the specific actions that you need to make in order to get to the future state. So the 2 states that I've mentioned, the current state and the future state, they're never really an issue for anyone. We like the comforts that we're in. We like dreaming about positive futures that are different, and where we get to fulfill our dreams come true, we live the life that we want to live, we get to do the things we want to do. We have no issues being in those 2 states. The biggest challenge is always the transition state. Now you've dreamt of this future that you want, but you're still in this current stage where you are. And now you're trying to figure out, how do you get to that dream? How do you make it happen? So today's episode will talk about what it is that is involved in the transition state, which I will call transitioning. Transitioning is made up of plans that we usually make that kind of detail what the future state that we want to move to looks like. And in that plan, you will find that also there are 4 aspects to take cognizance of in the transitioning phase. 1, it's your plan. What are you planning, and what it is that needs to be prepared in advance in order to action that plan into an actual tangible reality. Then it's information sharing. Of course, you need to start doing research around the information that you need to equip yourself, new learning that you need to take on in order for you to be able to implement those plans. Then we start seeking allies and support. These are the people that will be supporting us, that see this future that we're going toward, that have the resources that can help us get there, and they are willing to share their knowledge and resources with us, and they're willing to be our motivators when we're feeling down, and they're willing to be those partners that we can walk with on this journey. And in these 4 aspects, which are plans, information sharing, learning new ways, and seeking allies and support, in these 4 specific aspects, there are 3 things that are happening. You have your thoughts. What are you thinking in your mind? You have your emotions. How are you feeling in your heart? And you have actions. What are you doing with your being? There is a saying that says, your thoughts become your reality. And there's a lot of power in that, because you need to be cognizant of the thought process that you have, because that thought process will derive the emotions that you will experience, your feelings, and it will also derive the actions that you will take. It's important that you always have positive thoughts, and when you don't have positive thoughts and you're finding yourself trapped in negative thoughts, you need to understand why you're experiencing those negative thoughts and what you can do about them. Remember that negative will produce negative. Positive will produce positive results. Therefore, it's important to constantly interrogate your thoughts. Are your thoughts aligned to your plans? Are they aligned to the future you want? If they are not, are they supporting the transition phase that you are in? If they are not, then you need to change your thoughts. You see, it's easier said than done. However, with the right tools, you can be able to change your thoughts from negative into positive. Secondly, emotions. You start thinking something, and as soon as you start thinking that, you start feeling it in your heart. If you're thinking about something bad, you start feeling bad. If you're thinking about something good, you start feeling good. It's important to be cognizant of the emotions that you're experiencing, because those emotions will impact how you will, the results that you will experience and the actions that you will take. And then lastly, your actions. Are you doing what is aligned to the future you want? This is now you implementing your transition plan. This is now you doing information sharing. This is now you learning new ways. This is now you seeking allies and support. Are your actions aligned to the future you want? Remember, every step you take within the transition stage determines whether you are moving forward or you are moving backwards. It's important that you always interrogate your actions so that every action that you take is an action that will take you to the future you want. If there is a misalignment in your actions and where you want to go, then maybe it's time to regroup and find out what is it that you're not doing right, or what is it that you can do differently, because at the end of the day, you want to make sure that the energy that you're putting in is the energy that is driving you to your desired future. So in today's episode, this is where I will end the topic, and I don't want to elaborate too much. In the next episode, which will be episode 2 of season 1, we will start delving deeper into the thoughts process. We'll start delving deeper into the emotions that we experience, and we'll start delving deeper into the actions that we take, and we can see how we can manipulate and control our thoughts, emotions, and actions in order to derive the future that we would like to experience. As mentioned earlier, the reason why I'm starting here is because if you want to have a positive life experience, live your best life, live a life of passion, live a life aligned to your purpose, build legacy with your life, you need to have change resilience. Resilience in change is being able to be nimble enough to appreciate change situations and make sure that every change situation that you're experiencing drives you to the desired future that you want, and that future is aligned to how you want your legacy to be. With that being said, thank you very much for joining me in this episode. I look forward to more interactions together, and please, if there's anything that you'd like to know more about the aspect that I've talked about today, please drop your comment in the section below so that I can then interrogate it and maybe provide more information on your question in the next upcoming episodes. And also, at this moment in time, this is a pro bono exercise, and the reason why I'm doing this is really just to share information with everyone. If you feel inclined that you'd like to see this channel get better, grow, please feel free to make your donation, no matter how small or big. There is a donation link at the bottom where you can just make that donation that you are able to at any point in time. And also, if you want to have a one-on-one with me and talk about your change journey and see how I can help you in terms of one-on-one coaching, go ahead and make an appointment with me. I do take one-on-one consultations with those people that would like to not just watch these videos, but rather have one-on-one in terms of their own personal circumstances. Thank you very much, and Have a great day. It's about to rain here, so I want to just chill and enjoy the rain. Bye.